Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel where today we're going to be discussing the Packers' Week 11 victory over the LA Chargers, who I thought played well, who I thought did not play well, and what should we expect moving forward as we face a couple difficult challenges in the next coming weeks. But today, we're going to mainly focus on the great feeling that it is to be victorious again, sweeping the LA teams this season. Before we get into all that, please like and subscribe to the channel for more. Next couple weeks is going to be busy with the holidays and everything, so I won't be posting as much, but still, your subscriptions will mean a lot to me. So let's go ahead and begin with a recap of the scoring, where in the first quarter, the only score we had was a Cameron Dicker 25-yard field goal for a 3-0 LA lead over Green Bay. Second quarter was when it got really interesting with a Jaden Reed 32-yard touchdown run for a 7-3 Green Bay lead. And then the Packers gave a massive play, 51-yard touchdown to third-string tight end Stone Smart for a 10-7 LA lead. And then Carlson, who missed a field goal earlier in the quarter, hit a 28-yarder for a 10-10 tie game. Third quarter, Dicker made a 26-yard field goal for a 13-10 LA lead. Watson then took the lead back for the Packers from an 11-yard touchdown pass from Jordan Love for a 16-13 Green Bay lead after Carlson missed the extra point. The Chargers went up by 4 with about 5.5 minutes left for the Keenan Allen 10-yard touchdown pass, but Jordan Love engineered a go-ahead touchdown drive after a 24-yard completion to Romeo Doubs for the final score of 23-20. So if we take a look at just looking at the box score here, Jordan Love had himself a day. 27 for 40, 322 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, a quarterback rating of 108.5. Probably his best game as a pro so far. Was really efficient, made some beautiful throws down the field, and overall was really good. Especially because the run game did not really do much to support him. Our leading rusher was Jaden Reed, 3 yards for 46 and a touchdown on end arounds. A.J. Dillon struggled on the ground, 14 for 29. A lot of that was because he got blown on the backfield for a couple of losses, one of which was on a trick play that failed that really wasn't his fault. And the interior O-line did not do a great job for most of the game. Aaron Jones, 4 for 14, went down with a scary knee injury about in the second quarter, I believe. But it should be okay. Not sustain anything major, which thank goodness because it looked really bad in play. And Emmanuel Wilson, 3 for 12, also left with injury too. But the passing game is where I really want to get into discussion. Dontavian Wicks, 3 catches, 91 yards, all over 25 yards, long of 35. He has been absolutely fantastic for the Packers this year, especially as we keep going longer in the season. He has one of the best separation metrics in all of the NFL as a 5th-round rookie. I said this in my preview series when I talk about wide receivers that he could be something special. Some people did not really care for him as a prospect. I saw his bad 2022 as circumstances of injuries and Virginia having that terrible tragedy that happened that really caused his stock to go down. Packers scooped him up. He has been fantastic for us. Yes, I really like him. Sadly, he did get a concussion this game and most likely be out for the Thursday game against the Lions, but he's been fantastic. The second year guy who said, don't forget about me and all these rookies, is Romeo Doubs, 5 for 53 with a touchdown, his 7th touchdown catch on the year. Again, Doubs is being fantastic, playing super well. Jaden Reed, 4 for 46 to go along with his 46 yards on the ground. Tucker Kraft had 2 for 32, had a really solid game. His first really big impact play. Almost had a touchdown. He was able to stay inbounds off after hurdling a guy. Can't really blame him on that. Dillon, 4 for 32, was pretty active in the pass game. Had a 20-yard reception. Musgrave, 4 for 28, being involved early on. Watson, 2 for 21 and a touchdown. So, really good. Fumbles, Jordan Love had 2, which is very concerning because both of those were on snaps and he couldn't handle it. So, yeah. Defense, Jonathan Owens had 8 tackles, but he absolutely blew the coverage on Stone Smart. So, he is kind of in the doghouse for me right now. Devondre Campbell has 7 tackles, tackle for loss. Keyshawn Nixon, 7 tackles, tackle for loss. Quay Walker in his first game back, 7 tackles. Corey Ballantyne had a pass deflection. Anthony Johnson Jr. was flying around the field making a lot of impact plays. Carrington Valentine had 3 pass deflections, mainly on Keenan Allen. Rashawn Gary had a sack and a tackle for loss, had 2 quarterback hits. Preston Smith had 2 quarterback hits. Carl Brooks had a sack as well for the rookie. Kenny Clark had a game-winning pass deflection on 4th down. Also caused a lot of havoc inside, as did Devontae Wyatt. And Enagbare also had a tackle for loss as well. Kick returns, Keyshawn Nixon had 2 for 60, so 30 yards on kick returns, so not bad there. Carlson did struggle here, 1 for 2 and 2 for 3 from extra points. Not really great from Carlson there. But overall, this was a very, very solid showing for the Packers. People will say, oh, we went against Brandon Staley and their defense not as good, but Jordan Love was sharp. He was very, very sharp. I'm really impressed. In the past 3 weeks, he's played really good football. The Rams, he played well against. Steelers, he played well against. The 2 interceptions did hurt, but he still played well overall. And in this game was his best career as a pro. He outplayed Justin Herbert. That's how good Jordan Love was this day. Because Justin Herbert, as you see, had a pretty good game. Especially on the ground, he was fantastic. But the Chargers, they chargered, so to say. Because the Packers, we did get lucky. We really did get lucky. There was a couple of drop touchdowns that the Chargers had that led the Packers win. But they made the mistakes. We didn't make as many mistakes. And the Packers are having a win. Our 4th on the season. We're 4-6. And so, yeah, guys, I want to highlight Jordan Love. You were fantastic, man. Keep up this good work. Keep this going throughout the season, and you're solid. Dontavian Wicks, love you. You're being fantastic. You're awesome. Jaden Reed, the guy I want to shout out for having a great game. Luke Musgrave, Tucker Kraft, the 2 young tight ends, are starting to get in their own, which is impressive. Anthony Johnson Jr., Carrington Valentine, these rookies are really showing out as well. And Carl Brooks with the sack as well. So, good job, Packers there. A couple guys I want to bring up that did not play well. Josh Myers and John Runyon Jr., you guys were terrible in run blocking. You can't have that happen. You cannot have that happen at all. These guys are guys that probably won't be on the team next year type thing. And wouldn't be surprised if in the draft the Packers address the O-line. Because right now, I think we have the quarterback. We have the skill guys. I really do believe that. And so the O-line needs to get better. And Jonathan Owens, just because that stupid coverage you had on Stone Smart, you're in the doghouse this week as well, as is Anders Carlson, who after a pretty strong start to the season has really fallen off recently. But let's take a look here, because I haven't done this whole year. Let's take a look at the stats for the Packers, too. What the heck is Mark Sanchez doing up here? Oh. What? Okay, there's that. Got that fixed. Okay, there you go. I have no idea why Mark Sanchez has popped up there. Okay. Jordan Love has about 60% completion percentage. Has been getting up recently. 2,331 passing yards, 16 touchdowns, no interceptions. Rating of 83.8. A.J. Dillon leading us in rushing with 405 yards. Touchdown, Jones and Love both had 2 rushing touchdowns as well. Jaden Reed is leading us in receiving yards, 32 for 463, 4 touchdowns. Dobbs, 38, 396, 7 touchdowns. Musgrave, 33, 341, touchdown. Wicks, 20, 331, touchdown. Watson, 16 for 257 and 2 touchdowns there. Defense total tackles, Quay Walker, followed by Rudy Ford, Isaiah McDuffie, Devondre Campbell. Sacks. Our leader is Rashawn Gary, 5.5. Preston Smith has 5. Kenny Clark quietly has 4 sacks this year, almost matching his season high from last year. Brooks, 3. Wyatt, 2.5 as well. Tackles for loss. Our leader there is Rashawn Gary and Keze Enagbare with 6. Quay Walker has 5. Pass deflections. Carrington Valentine and Rasul Douglas, who sadly is no longer on our team. Thank you, Rasul. Both has 6 interceptions. Rudy Ford has 2. Johnson Jr. and Quay Walker both have 1 as well. Kicking, Carlson is 14 for 17, 82.4% mark there. And 18 for 20 on extra points as well. And we take a look at our schedule. We got a short week this week as the Packers are heading to Detroit for the Thanksgiving Day game. It's going to be a rough one because Detroit, again, very, very good team. Even though they did struggle against the Bears this past week, I expect the Packers to put a much better fight than they did last time to play the Lions, but I still kind of expect them to not win. And then we play the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football. Highly doubt we want to win that game, too, because the Chiefs are the Chiefs. But after that, schedule looks really, really enticing for the Packers. We got the New York Giants, who are a complete dumpster fire. We should beat them. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Could be interesting to see how we do there. The Carolina Panthers. The Vikings, who we don't know exactly if the Josh Dobbs match is going to continue. And then the Bears again. So the last 5 games could be a really, really good confidence-boosting time to get us, frankly, excited for the next season. But that's all I got for today. Packers, I think, did pretty darn well, and I can't wait to see more. And especially these losses, these 2 losses here are really looming large right now for us. But can't control what's in the past, only control what's ahead of you, and I think the Packers are on the right track. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be back again soon. Ciao for now.